If you've ever wondered what it truly felt like to witness the greatest spectacle in Roman history, subscribe now.
If you've ever wondered what it truly felt like to witness the greatest spectacle in Roman history, subscribe now, because today I walk into the brand new Colosseum as it opens to the world, June 21st, 80 AD, the longest day of the year, and Rome will never be the same. I wake before dawn in my domus on the Esquiline Hill, the air already warm through the open atrium. My body slave appears silently. Time to relieve myself. I move to the small latrina chamber off my cubiculum, settling onto the cold stone seat with a hole leading to the sewers below. The smell of yesterday's waste lingers. I finish and the slave offers me a sponge on a stick soaked in vinegar water. This is Rome. Functional, unapologetic. He pours water from a bronze pitcher into a shallow basin. I splash my face, the coolness shocking me fully awake. No soap, just water and oil rubbed into my skin, then scraped away with a bronze strigil, taking dirt and sweat with it. My teeth get a brief scrub with powdered pumice on. A cloth, now the dressing. I stand as two slaves work in practiced rhythm. First the sublegaculum undergarment, then my white tunica, with the narrow purple stripe of the equestrian class. Over this they drape my toga, 18 feet of heavy wool that takes genuine skill to fold properly. The weight settles on my shoulders. This is armor of a different kind. In the tablinum, bread soaked in wine waits, along with olives, cheese, and figs. I eat standing, watching the household stir to life. Through the doorway, Rome awakens. Cartwheels on stone, vendors calling, the distant roar of the city. I step into the street. The sun climbs over red-tiled roofs. Ahead, rising impossibly massive and gleaming white, the Colosseum waits. 50,000 Romans will fill it today, and I have reserved seating. The walk begins. I settle into my marble seat, third tier from the arena floor. The purple cushion does little against the hard stone, but comfort isn't why we're here. Around me, the caviar fills like a human flood, tier after tier of faces, voices, bodies packed into perfect curved rows. 50,000 Romans, maybe more, all converging on this oval of sand and blood. The equestrian section surrounds me with familiar faces, military tribunes, wealthy merchants with senatorial ambitions, magistrates in formal togas. We nod, exchange brief words about the heat, the crowd, the emperor's generosity in funding these games. A slave appears with watered wine in bronze cups. I drink, grateful. The sun climbs higher. Slaves unfurl the massive velarium overhead, purple and gold canvas stretched on ropes by sailors from the naval fleet, their expertise with rigging put to use creating shade. The fabric snaps and billows like ship sails. Beneath it, the temperature drops just enough to breathe. Then the horns, deep, resonant, impossible to ignore. Bronze buccinae echo through the amphitheater, and 50,000 voices quiet to a murmur. Movement at the imperial box, the pulvinar draped in imperial. Purple silk, elevated above the best seats, facing the arena's long axis. Emperor Titus enters. Even from here, his purple toga praetexta is unmistakable, gold embroidery catching sunlight. The crowd erupts, not polite applause, but roaring approval. He's given them this: 100 days of spectacles, exotic beasts, gladiators from across the empire, condemned criminals, naval battles. This amphitheater, 10 years in construction, is his gift to Rome. His father Vespasian started it. He finished. Titus raises one hand. Silence falls like a blade. He sits. The games begin. From the Hypogeum below, mechanical grinding sounds. Trapdoors in the arena floor slide open. The first beasts emerge. Not gladiators yet, but the morning venationes. Beast hunts. Africa has sent her best. The sun reaches its peak. Even under the velarium, the heat is oppressive. Sweat soaks through my tunica beneath the toga. Slaves circulate with water and wine constantly now. The morning's beast hunts have ended. Dozens of animals dead. Their bodies dragged through the gates of death on the western side. The sand has been raked fresh, blood absorbed into thirsty ground. Now comes what we really came for. The gladiators. Horns sound again. From both ends of the arena they emerge, 20 pairs of fighters, each matched by type and skill. I recognize the categories immediately. Murmillo, with fish-crested helmet and large rectangular shield, facing Retiarius with net and trident, wearing almost no armor. Thraex with curved seeker sword and small square shield. Hoplomachus with spear and round shield. Each pairing is strategic, contrasting styles, different advantages, maximum spectacle. They parade around the arena perimeter first, weapons raised, playing to the crowd. 50,000 voices roar approval. These men are celebrities, slaves, and freedmen who've survived enough fights to earn fame. Some will die today. They know it. We know it. That's the contract. The gladiators stop before the imperial box. In unison, they raise weapons and shout the famous salute, Ave Caesar morituri te salutant. Hail Caesar. Those who are about to die salute you. Titus acknowledges with a nod. The arena floor is theirs. The first pairs separate to opposite ends. Silence falls. Then the editors signal, a dropped white cloth. They charge, metal on metal. Shield impacts. The Retiarius circles his Murmillo opponent, net spinning, seeking opening. The Murmillo advances behind his shield, sword ready. The Retiarius throws. Net spreads wide, but the Murmillo dodges, charges, brings Gladius down toward exposed shoulder. First blood sprays onto sand. The crowd screams, "This is Rome. This is power. This is why the Colosseum exists." Death has truly arrived. 4 hours of combat. The sand is dark with blood. No amount of raking hides it anymore. Bodies have been dragged out by the dozen. The crowd's energy is shifting, satiated but not satisfied, like predators after a kill still hungry for more. The horns sound different this time, longer, deeper, announcing something special. The arena floor empties, officials confer below the imperial box. Titus leans forward, signaling. This is the finale before evening, something unprecedented for an inauguration. Mechanical grinding from the Hypogeum intensifies. Multiple trapdoors open simultaneously, but what emerges isn't beasts or fighters, it's water. Channels built into the arena floor begin flooding sections with water pumped from aqueducts. The engineering is extraordinary. They're transforming the killing floor into a lake. Boats appear on the rising platforms, small warships, manned by condemned criminals dressed as sailors. A Naumachiae, a mock naval battle. I've heard of these staged in artificial lakes, but never imagined seeing one here in this brand new amphitheater. Beside me, a fellow officer leans close. Persians versus Greeks, he says, nodding at the ship designs. Historical reenactment. The condemned don't know which side. Will be allowed to live, if any. Political theater wrapped in historical costume, wrapped in execution. The water fills ankle deep, then knee-deep across half the arena floor. The boats float, oars dipping. Weapons are distributed, swords, boarding hooks, flaming projectiles. These aren't trained fighters. They're murderers, rebels, Christians, enemies of Rome given one chance, kill or die. A trumpet blast. The boats surge forward, oars churning. They crash together with splintering wood. Men leap. Between vessels, slipping on wet decks. Fire arrows arc across the artificial lake, igniting sails. Men fall into water, some swimming, others dragged down by armor or wounds. The crowd roars. Water turns pink, then red. This is empire, turning execution into art, death into theater, making even water serve Roman power. The horns sound one final time, 3 long blasts signaling the end. The day's games are finished. Around me, 50,000 Romans rise as one, stretching limbs stiff from marble. Seats, gathering belongings, beginning the slow exodus. The sun is setting, painting the western sky orange and purple behind the Colosseum's 4th tier. I stand, my toga heavy with sweat, despite the evening cool. The walk home will be different than the morning. Darker, more dangerous. Rome at night belongs to thieves and worse. The crowd flows like a human river through the vomitoria, the clever arched corridors that empty the amphitheater efficiently. Outside, the street is chaos. Thousands of Romans heading in every direction, vendors selling last food, pickpockets working the dense crowds. I keep one hand on the fold of my toga where my money pouch hides. The walk up the Esquiline Hill takes 30 minutes. Torches are being lit along the major streets. but many alleys remain dark. I avoid them, past the forums where temples are closing for night, past shuttered shops, past the public fountain where evening water collectors jostle for position. My domus door is a relief. Inside, oil. Lamps are already lit. My household slaves know the routine. They undress me efficiently. The toga comes off first, 18 feet of wool lifted away. Then the tunica. I stand naked, glad to be free of the weight and heat. In the triclinium, dinner waits. I recline on the couch Roman style, left elbow propped, right hand free for eating. Roasted pork, garum sauce, bread, wine. My wife joins me briefly, asking about the games. I tell her, spectacular, brutal, exactly what Rome wanted to see. She nods, understanding the politics. Later in my cubiculum, I lie on the bed listening to Rome's night sounds, distant voices, dogs, the city that never fully sleeps. Today I witnessed the inauguration of the greatest structure Rome has ever built. I saw men die by the dozen for entertainment. Tomorrow it continues. The Colosseum is eternal now. If you want more immersive historical journeys like this, let me know in the comments which moment or city you'd like to visit next. Thanks for walking through Rome with me.